New York. 8 million people.
Fire 2 more risottos, that's 4 all day.
Everything we do is on a mega level.
It's a 4-hour wait. Is it really?
All I want to do is just win.
24,000 restaurants.
I'm not gonna close the restaurant. Hell to the no.
You're losing money by the minute.
A family legacy is on the line here.
$1 million is bull. It really is.
3 businesses at a crossroads.
Our goals are the same. We both want to be rich.
Fighting for their piece of a $34 billion industry.
You've got to bulldoze your way into. This is crazy.
This restaurant's my life. It's gonna work no matter what.
A budding empire.
We've grown a $45 million business. Meatball Shop is a proven, successful concept.
We need $4 million to open restaurants.
Either we gotta get off the pot, man.
A fading mom and pop.
My great-grandfather started this place in 1927.
The numbers are way down this year.
Go the outside! That's a go home!
We need more customers.
A neighborhood joint with national ambitions.
I want to branch out into merchandising. The price of doing everything on my own is that I'm the only one to blame. Kill me.
In this world, you either eat or get eaten.
Either you're with me or you're against me. You really want me to say that on camera?
I want the truth.
Consumed. Previously on Consumed.
You gotta come up with your rent.
I don't want to hear it no more. I'm tired of it.
Business is down. If it goes down next year like this year, we're in trouble.
With too many empty tables each night, the owners of Ann and Tony's tried desperately to draw new customers.
It's wrong, fix it. My great-grandfather started this place in 1927.
My husband and I ran this restaurant until the day he died.
It's time for us to do something different. We run the risk of losing everything.
My children want to work here. I don't know if it could happen anymore.
Meanwhile, in Harlem,
It's gonna be $660.
You mean $660,000?
as she expands her restaurant,
That's just a work loan. I'm like, oh,
If it doesn't work, you're going to lose your business.
Melba struggles to keep her head above water.
I cannot do everything on my own. I just can't.
And at the Meatball Shop headquarters,
If I ran our company, I would hire a CEO that's much more experienced.
You didn't do the homework, so you can't read the accounting statement, so you have no idea that you can't afford the person. Period.
tensions between Daniel and Michael finally boil over, pushing their partnership to the brink.
You've been very, very, very rude to me on a level that is unforgivable for the rest of my life, and I'll never, ever forget.
Ah, this is I want it. I wish to God I could say that I was a Zen business person and then people's, attitudes and personalities just brushed off my back. But I haven't been able to shake the last fight that Daniel and I got into. When you're in business with your best friend, you absolutely run the risk of hurting each other, emotionally and in business. This business has put a real wall between us. It's really sad because I love the guy. It's emotional. Because there's so much goodness, and for whatever reason, we can't get through it together with smiles on our faces. As this business has grown and our relationship has deteriorated, I'm pretty sure that the two of us can't run this company together. There's just too many battles. Daniel has no boundaries. Daniel does not respect anybody's territory. That's the difference between the two of us. We're 5 years into our business, and these fights have just become just a big problem. Something's got to change, and I've got to really weigh my options. I want to be able to be a part of this thing without fighting for power. I'm in a tough spot. I can't fight anymore.
The reason why they're putting this up is because they don't want no debris falling.
So because that's why nobody ever called us and told us it was going to be covering half the building over here for the day. The developer who bought the building next door, he's got this construction monstrosity going on over here. But he wants to drill all day and all night, and he wants to scare my customers away. Business is as slow as it is already, okay? And now we got dust, I got drilling, I got the scaffolding covering my sign. It's going to be every day then?
Right.
He's got to let us know what's going on.
Right.
I got parties coming in after, I got people coming in. They might not see the front of the place. It's not good.
This is starting to get ridiculous, but definitely people are walking out. We're losing money.
You got to call the guy. You got to call him.
What, we got a rock pile going on back there? What are we doing for gold?
Are you kidding me? Imagine being with this all day long. This is gonna go on for another 2 years. 2 years.
It's ridiculous.
Unfortunately.
I gotta go call this guy and go over there and see him now.
I gotta listen. You know, you gotta.
In New York, there's always construction, and it hurts the business. What can I do? Go file a noise complaint with somebody? I'm better off working with the developer.
Hey, Jonathan, there's a client that sent an email. Make sure you get back to her and give her a price. Jonathan, let me call you right back. I have another call coming in. Hello? The fire inspector. For what? What happened? We failed a fire inspection? Oh. Damn. Okay, try and keep them there as long as you can. All right, if not, get a name and a number, but just try and keep them there. I'll be right there. All right, bye. Sir, can you just take me back uptown to 114th and 8th, please? With New York City, the way that they give out these tickets and these freaking inspections, it's insane. I'm gonna have to pay a fine, penalty, and this is serious. If it's not corrected, I can go to jail. Hey, dude, can you go any faster?
So today I made the rounds to 3 of the stores, and it's, you know, something I do pretty regularly.
So we have, is that right here?
What's up, Johnny? How are you? Walking into a meatball shop, it shines light on my day. How's everything? Really well.
Good. Really good. Cool. Always can't complain.
These businesses are what's given me a life beyond my wildest dreams. Hey there. I'm good. How are you? Did I ever think that we would go from 30 to 350 employees? Not a chance in hell. I think where I do really, really well and excel is in the beginning phases of creating a brand, building a team, and Dan's arena is food, logistics, operations, which is, you know, very, very important for the business. But my responsibility of making sure this concept is successful is no longer as necessary as it was in the beginning. These businesses are kicking ass. And being totally honest, these restaurants have taken on a life of their own. If I am not in the room, it really does not make a big difference at all. That's the whole point of success. What's going on, y'all? How are ya? I've been tossing and turning about this for a while, and I'm starting to get some clarity about what my next move with the business needs to be. How's things, Johnny boy?
Great.
Yeah?
Everything's good, man. How about you?
Great. I just came in for a quick hello. Looks like everything's great.
Yeah. It's under control.
I've decided that it's probably best for me professionally and personally to take a backseat from the day-to-day operations of the meatball shop. I'm going to tell Daniel, and I don't know how he's going to receive it. It's a tough decision, but I know that it's right.
Coming up,
It's time to go in a different direction.
You always have big ideas, Ralph. We know that. You're full of both of this.
You got a minute, man? I wanted to grab your ear to chat with you about, you know, some stuff that I've been thinking about.
What's going on?
and later.
Let's work on some keys. If you have keys, open us
Okay,
up.
let me see if I have keys. Jonathan is my catering director. He was supposed to open up the restaurant. Major up. Oh my God. Please tell me I have my keys in here. Kill me. I just missed a fire inspector, so my cook is gonna have to explain these violations to me.
When the inspector walked in, first thing he did was cite us for this. He says that this has to be corrected because in case of an emergency, if the sprinkler system did go off, where would the foam shoot out to? Would shoot right on top of this.
Oh,
he,
on top of the salamander.
yeah, so
okay.
he said whoever put this in should have ran it around towards the, you know.
Gotcha.
Right.
That's a violation. It's a huge violation. Now that the inspector pointed it out, I get it. If there were an actual fire, the fire retardant spray wouldn't be able to reach the burners, and we'd be in a load of trouble. I think instead of rerouting my sprinklers, I'm going to replace my old oven with a new one that doesn't block them. God forbid there's a fire, our asses are in trouble. We have to get all this work done.
Yes.
Failing this fire inspection is not just inconvenient. It has the potential to become a full-on financial catastrophe. First, there's a new oven I gotta buy, which is gonna set me back somewhere around $6,000. But I can't take out the current oven and install a new one all by myself. I've got to hire a team of plumbers. They're $120 an hour each, and this job is going to take 5 of them. That's going to be at least $3,000. And worst of all, if I can't get my oven operating for dinner service, I stand to lose $7,000 to $8,000 more in revenue. Add it up, and this mishap could cost me somewhere between $16,000 and $17,000. The bottom line is I'm going to have to buy some new equipment to bring it up to code.
I've had it with this construction bull. I'm gonna call the developer. Hello, Mayor?
Yes?
Hi, this is Anthony from Antoni's.
Hey, how are you?
Could be better, obviously. We got this scaffolding problem out in front of the restaurant. You promised a day. It's been over a week now.
I'm going to call them right now, and I'll find out what the delay is. They should have removed it.
Yeah, I know, but the problem is we already went through a whole week. I lost business, obviously, because people couldn't see my place. And what am I going to do to make up for that?
Let me find out what the holdup is, and I can return your call a little bit later.
The weekend's coming up again soon, and I really can't lose another weekend.
I hear you. I understand. Let me get right on it. Maybe you can get your family together. There might be a better reason why we can get together.
This guy is drilling me out of business, and now he wants to meet. I guarantee you he's going to try and meet and make nice, so I don't get a lawyer and sue his ass. I'll call you back either later on tonight or tomorrow, and we'll set it up.
All right, excellent.
Talk to you soon.
Michael and I are barely talking because he's pissed off at me after our last fight. It's just not fun. Not fun when we're fighting.
You got a minute, man?
What's that?
I wanted to grab your ear to chat with you about, some stuff that I've been thinking about.
What's going on?
Well, I think that the time has come for me to make a decision on what my future looks like at the meatball shop. I'm sure you feel as well as I feel that our relationship together hasn't worked out for a long time. And it's affected the business, it's affected our staff, it's affected our relationship personally and professionally, absolutely. And I take it home with me. After a lot of thinking, I've really come to the conclusion that it can't work this way anymore. And I have to take a step out of the day-to-day operations. It's really just that simple. What?
I mean, personally, I think it's a terrible mistake. I think it's something you're going to regret. I think that this business is built of the two of us. Having both of our angles on everything is what's made us so great.
It can't work this way anymore. Do I sacrifice my happiness and well-being for another 5 years?
I just think the timing is really tough, man. Like, we're rolling into, raising cash and opening new stores and inconsistency across the board, and walk into a meeting with investors and, the first question out of everybody's mind is going to be like, where's your partner? What am I going to say? He's here, but he's not here?
You can tell them that there is a whole team of people running the meatball shop now. Because there is. The truth is that I'm not necessary here on a day-to-day basis. I'd like to think that the design of the meatball shop has a lot to do with who I am and what I did in the beginning. And we've developed our formula. We know what these restaurants look like. We know what they're supposed to do. And now it's about keeping them alive. And you're much better at keeping them alive than I am. This is time for us to start a new chapter personally and for the meatball shop professionally.
I think it's a lot to take in. This is not how I imagined things going, but what am I going to do? Weep? I absolutely imagined 5 years ago that the two of us would be riding off into the sunset together. So it's very sad.
Is it a lot of pressure?
There's always been a huge amount of pressure, and now the pressure is going to be, well, unilaterally pointed at me. I guess if you, Whatever, man. We started a business as best friends, and if it's what you need for yourself and for your life and it's what you want to do, then who am I to say, you know, that it's the wrong decision? I know you'll always be around. You know, I get it. I love you, brother. 100%.
This business is what I've been working my whole life for, and it's taken away our friendship.
Was it worth it?
It's a really hard question. I mean, it sounds selfish if I say yes because I'm living my dream, and I know that it's going to make me wealthy. I wish it was different. That's my answer.
Today I'm meeting with the plumbers who'll help get my kitchen up to fire code. Instead of rerouting my sprinklers, I'm gonna replace my old oven with a new one that doesn't block them. These have to be taken out, both of them.
Okay. Any of this middle stuff move? Because these stoves are probably like 800 pounds each. Getting them out is gonna be...
800 pounds each?
Definitely.
Damn.
Can we go see the other stoves?
Yep, let's do that. I have a stove next door that I purchased. This new oven cost me $6,000. Hopefully it'll work.
So this is the stove?
This is the baby.
Not what I was hoping to find. Basically, it's just that
serious?
instead of having 2 individual units like we had next door, we have a single unit. It's probably double the weight, and it's 1 unit, and it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get in and out of the doorways. Those doors might have to be enlarged.
How do we do that?
Yeah, well, we actually remove a portion of the door.
Unfreaking believable. This plumber is telling me that my new oven might not fit through the door and that we're gonna have to do construction. Like, really? This is a major job.
This is a major job.
Yeah.
I thought it was literally taking the old stoves out, putting the new stove in. Damn. The plumbers are gonna install the new oven tomorrow, and it must be in and working in time for me to open for dinner tomorrow night. Tomorrow is a big day.
If we go next door and just prep everything and have it prepared for tomorrow, hopefully everything goes smooth.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? What's going on? How are you?
Hey, Nora.
Hey, I'm coming around. Anthony's here, of course. Where else would he be? Today, Anthony and I are meeting with the developers from next door. I don't know exactly what they want, but they said they wanted to talk about something besides the construction, so we'll see.
How are you guys?
Good, good.
So, thank you for seeing us on very short notice.
Sure.
Not a problem.
Absolutely.
So obviously, we're the owners of the property next door.
Okay.
We bought it about 9 months ago. We're really sorry about the noise. We're going to try to make it better for you.
The problem here is that it's out of hand sometimes here in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's way too much, man.
And we have this big scaffolding covering our sign out in front, and nobody can see the place.
We will make it better for you, actually. We'll move the heavy machinery earlier hours. Post-noon, we'll have it be done by
I'd appreciate that very much.
It'll limit a lot of the noise.
We really
a lot
do
of the
need that. We
shaking.
appreciate it, if it could be done.
How long do you guys own the building?
87 years we've been here.
Our great-grandfather purchased this spot in 1927.
What did he pay for it?
You know what? From the way I understand it, I think he won it in a card game.
Interesting. So we're redeveloping the property next door to a student housing building with some retail on the ground. And, you know, we thought we'd reach out to you guys and see if potentially you guys are entertained an offer, and maybe we purchase it and add it to our development.
So you mean, well, purchasing this building here?
It's an 86-year-old or 100-year-old building. We have to redevelop eventually. Why not now? We can do a lease, and you guys can come into the same space and put in a new restaurant. It'll be a new Ann Antoni's. So you'll have a brand new restaurant that you can service a larger clientele. Now we're gonna have 100 kids in the building, you know, and potentially parents visiting and stuff like that. It's only gonna help your business. You can do a nice kitchen where you can have delivery from. You can do really newer amenities. I mean. So would you guys entertain an offer?
I mean, like, through the years, people have come in here and made us offers. I mean, we're always willing to listen. I mean, but it's not just a business. This is a family's home. This is what this is.
You know, I don't know what kind of number you're thinking, but the number's gonna have to be extremely high.
So you guys said your great-grandfather won in a card game. We actually went to the city records, and we pull the records. Actually, your great-grandfather bought the property for $11,000 in 1927. This offer we're going to make is significantly higher than that. At $900,000, you guys can invest that money.
That's $900,000 for what? The kitchen?
Well, $900,000 for the building.
Oh, I thought that was the kitchen part you were just offering. I didn't think that was the whole building.
Yes.
The mayor is lowballing us with his offer, so I got to keep a poker face. There are a lot of variables that go into calculating the value of a building. I know a building a few blocks over, about the same size as ours, just sold for $775,000, and another sold for $510,000 earlier this year. I also know Mayor paid $3 million for the building next door. Yeah, it's much bigger than ours, but there's value in being right on Arthur Avenue. So at the end of the day, it boils down to how much the building is worth to each party. For the right price, I could definitely be interested.
Is there a number that you guys have in mind that you would consider a sale?
There's definitely not a number I have in mind, but
I don't know.
900 definitely wouldn't be the number that I had in mind.
We never
That
really
would be for
discussed the
sure,
number,
yeah.
but I know it would be a lot higher than that.
Right.
Because we're pressed for time, I think we'll be able to move to $1 million. I think you guys should take this out. I think you should really consider it.
We have 5 kids between us.
Right.
You know, $1 million goes like
us
this. I'm not asking to sell. You have to come up with a suitcase, my friend, and a couple of suitcases. You better make me an offer I can't refuse.
Once we develop our building and don't incorporate your building's value keeps depreciating down. I understand there's a sentimental value, but it's not higher than $1 million, not for the building at least.
This guy can try and justify his offer any way he wants, but it's still way too low. It only took him 30 seconds to come up more than 10% in price.
We're willing to work with you guys on a number.
We always got to talk to my mother about everything because she's the big boss in this.
Yeah, we can't move without her.
Maybe she has a number
Right.
that she'd like to consider selling.
Right. Definitely
Thank
think
you very
about
much.
it.
It was
We'll
a pleasure for
get
you
in
guys.
contact with you as soon as we can.
Pleasure, absolutely. Without a doubt. You know, something to think about. I would feel sorry for Mayor if he actually had to sit down with my mom and make this offer.
It might be good. It might be good for everyone.
He'd put his tail between his legs and he'd run as far as he could.
Right.
You never know.
Coming up,
You do all the talking. That you know how to do. $1 million is bull. It
Right.
really is. I mean, that's a ridiculous figure.
You know which key it is? I don't even know which key. Oh.
Don't tell me she don't have the key.
Oh.
Now that Mike is stepping back, I've spent so much time thinking about what was the catalyst, why, when. It's really emotional at times. But at the end of the day, you know, the best decision for the business is the best decision for the business. And putting our friendship aside and saying, let's work together, which means maybe separating. From the beginning, Mike and I have been competing for who's in the spotlight, who's running the company. You can't have a two-headed dragon making decisions. Before we opened the restaurant, we talked about what we each wanted in life. And for Mike, he said, I want a house in the country with a picket fence. That's what he sees his life as perfect. For me, I'd like to have like a Nobel Prize, dual, science and peace. I would love to be a president, certainly a senator. I'd like to have 1,000 restaurants. I'm never gonna be satisfied. I wanna have an empire.
You already have it.
No, I don't. I got 6 small restaurants. It's not negative, it's true. I make a ton of sacrifices. I'm fat. I don't have a good relationship with my friends, and I don't have a steady relationship with a significant other because I spend most of my time at work. But I think that's what makes the Meatball Shop as successful as it is. What makes me really nervous is that I'll lose sight of the humanity of the relationships that I sacrifice a friendship for profit. That makes me really nervous. Work makes me happy. I'm ambitious. I'm an ambitious human being. Saying that we served 1 million customers last year, that makes me happy. It makes me sad that Michael is leaving, but it does not change my ambition one bit. I believe I'm the best person to run the Meatball Shop.
Oh, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What am I doing? Pretending to work. Mom's here to check up on us as usual. But today we actually have something to talk to her about.
I know you're here.
Sit down.
The developers who bought the building next door actually came in and made us an offer on our building. The developer's initial offer, to be honest, was quite insulting, but the idea isn't so bad. It would be great to pocket a huge pile of cash and still be able to run the restaurant, but that pile of cash got to be, I don't know, so big, maybe?
What's new?
What's new? Well, we got a couple things working on.
The guys from the building next door.
The building next door came in to talk to us about what he's doing next door, and thinking maybe he could take over our building and wanted to buy it out.
He wants to buy our building.
Yeah.
And he basically builds us a new restaurant. We stay. He builds over the top of us, and he actually made us an offer.
What's the offer?
Well, first he started at $900,000.
Oh, my God, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I agree with that. I said that when he first said it, and 10 minutes later he came back with an offer of $1 million. He went up to.
That's ridiculous, too.
But you still get to stay here. And they would kind of build out
You know, you have everything
new
brand new
restaurant,
again. I mean, everything will be brand new, obviously. They're going to come in and make a whole new place. And then you got to pay him rent now. So that's the only problem, which I don't like.
I don't like that, losing
I don't
property.
like
Right,
rent,
losing the property. He said he would give us a very extended lease.
If you have to pay rent and there's an empty dining room, how you gonna get by?
Right. Well, wait a second.
Not even feasible.
Wait a second. The guy is giving you $1 million that you have that you could live on, and that you have a whole new, brand new thing here.
Right.
We talked about doing a couple of different things with the bar, maybe bringing a little bar business back in again, where people hang out again at the bar. So look at it that way. Yes, rent would be a new expense for us, but we have a brand new restaurant, which could potentially bring us more money, maybe a lot more money. And that's on top of whatever mayor pays us for the building. It's time to go in a different direction. That's what I would do.
You always have big, big, big ideas, Ralph. We know that. You're full of both of this. You do all the talking. That you know how to do.
So?
I don't care what you say. We're not selling it for $1 million.
But will you sell it for 2? Will you sell it for 3?
$1 million is bull. It
Right.
really is. I mean, that's a ridiculous figure.
If that offer was $3 million now, then it might be a different story now.
Well,
you know?
the number's right.
All right.
$3 million will work. Call him up.
So we'll call
okay?
him.
So we'll call him, okay?
We'll call him.
$8:35. 8:35. We're 35 minutes late. Somebody give Melba a call, please.
Melba, it's Terry from Clean Tech. We're in front of your building. We're waiting to get in. I got 4 guys standing out here. You can get somebody over here to open up, please? A voicemail.
If she doesn't come shortly, this isn't going to happen today.
Definitely. I'm gonna text her. Here's Melba now. Melba!
Nobody's here?
I tried to call you twice with the voicemail.
Crazy. Nobody's here, Terry? Jonathan is my catering director. Was supposed to be here early this morning. He came and got my keys last night. He was supposed to open up the restaurant. No show. So, major up.
Not to add to the drama, we
Crazy.
really do. We have a couple of appointments to get to. So let's work.
Don't say that.
Yeah, let's work on some keys. If you have keys,
have
open
keys?
them
Okay,
up.
let me see if I have keys.
Work on some keys.
Can you hold my, it's my protein shake.
Okay.
I have my earrings in here.
Okay.
Let me see. Hold on, I have my wallet, I have my driver's license. Oh my God, I have my office in here.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill him. Well, there's no keys on here.
No
What do you
keys.
know?
Okay.
Yeah, these are home keys.
Okay.
Not in that order.
Right.
You, not you. not
Okay,
you.
thank
I'm
you.
Just, not you. I'm fuming. Oh, Jonathan, pick up the phone. Jonathan's not picking up. This is crazy. He has my car. He has my keys. I'm gonna kill Jonathan. He's not picking up his phone. I've got ovens that need to be switched out today. My plumbers, they're being paid by the hour. These ovens have got to be put in today so that I can open it for dinner. Jonathan, where are you? You just getting where? Jonathan, what are you supposed to do today? Jonathan, you're supposed to open the restaurant at 7:30. That's why you... Jonathan, no, that's why you said at the end, you said, I'm going back to get your keys. Come on, dude, we agreed on this. Okay, you're where? Okay, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
I have 5 people on the sidewalk waiting for an hour and a half. I need somebody here, and I need them here now.
Never a dull moment. Can't make this up.
Coming up,
The stoves that are in place are too large to fit through any of the openings. We're going to do everything we can to get you open on time, but with the late start, that might not happen.
Killing me.
We offered $1 million last time. Is there some room to go up? Probably.
What's your ceiling?
Our next offer, which
What's your ceiling?
I need somebody here, and I need them here now.
You heard that? They've been waiting here an hour and a half. He is freaking pissed.
He has your keys?
He has my keys.
I mean, you're only giving us a certain amount of time to do what we
don't
need to
say
do.
that. Don't
So
say
if this
that.
window isn't going to work for us,
No, it's got to work.
Well, if it goes into a little bit more time, he might have to open later.
But I have to open. Tonight's packed. We have reservations out the freaking wazoo.
okay.
So,
Come on.
let me get the... Jonathan doesn't normally up, but today was a major up. You know which key it is? I don't even know which key.
Don't tell me she don't have the key.
No. Oh,
You don't have the key?
don't say that.
Oh, God.
Oh, perfect. All right. The oven has to be up and running in 2 hours in order for me to open up for dinner. My heart just can't take this race against time. Kill me.
So what I'm thinking is let's pull the fryer out.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Watch your head, watch your head. Okay.
It's crazy.
Ready? It's not that heavy.
Don't
Ready?
grab this thing. It's going to fall.
You ready, guys?
After the oven is in, Jimmy, I need to go get a massage.
We have 36 and a half. So this ain't happening. This front's got to come off. It's part of the problems of what we're dealing with right now. The stoves that are in place are too large to fit through any of the openings. We're cutting them apart. It's going to take some time. We're going to do everything we can to get you open on time, but with the late start, that might not happen.
Killing me. This day is blowing my mind. The plumbers have to cut up the oven in order to get it out the door. I literally have 1 hour to get the new oven in and fired up, or I'm gonna have to close for dinner tonight. That's cutting the oven, actually?
It's actually cutting the oven, yeah.
Crazy.
So we can fit it through the door.
That's crazy. Absolutely.
Otherwise, it's not going to go out.
No, that's fine with me.
Good? Okay.
Thank God the oven's out, one oven down, and one more to get in. Let's see if I can live through all of this.
Watch the handles here.
Nope, you're coming off. I'm going on to the next one. That's
Going on
fine.
to the other
Don't kick that one in, Bruce.
Handles.
The handles. Okay, the handle. All right. The handles here.
Which way you got to turn, right?
Yeah, here you go, buddy. Just like that.
There
If
you
you
go,
do
you
that,
got it.
you'll be all right.
There you go.
Easy. That's it, you're in.
Gladiators, dude. Damn. The possibility of not being able to get in had me worried up a stick, but they pulled it off. I'm impressed.
And you're all good. I smell an oven on, too.
I do
So
too.
we're all good. We're all set.
Tonight, I'll be able to have a good night's sleep, knowing that this whole fire inspection is totally behind me. I'm gonna be cooking my ass off today.
Hey, Mayor.
How are you? Good to see you again. How's it going?
Good. How you been?
Joseph?
Today, the guys that want to buy our building are back to hear our counter offer.
Hey, John, how doing?
Good.
I don't know what he's gonna say. I mean, you went from 900,000 to $1 million. How much more could he want to go? Is he gonna come back and say $5 million?
So I hope you guys had a chance to review our offer.
Well, we talked with my mom, and
She had many choice words.
yeah,
I'm sure she did.
yeah, it wasn't a pretty sight. Yeah, she didn't like the offer.
She definitely didn't like the offer.
Is there a number in mind, or it's an absolute, she didn't like it, she's not interested, and it's...
But if you give me the right price, but
Well, we offered $1 million last time. Is there some room to go up? Probably. But there is a ceiling to it, and by giving you...
What's your ceiling?
Our next offer...
What's your ceiling?
Our ceiling is $1.2 million. There's not a penny more that we can
Not a penny
afford
more?
to pay. Not a penny more.
I mean,
This
with my
is a
children,
business decision
you
you
know.
guys need to make. We're not trying to buy your business. We're just trying to buy the real estate. And that is our top ceiling.
it has to be a lot more than that.
What is the right price?
The lowest probably ever over here would be $3 million. That would be it.
Wow.
That's like where you.
Yeah,
that's like a start.
The actual value of how many square feet are buildable here, nowhere close to $3 million. It just wouldn't mathematically make sense for us.
Right.
Our $1.2 million offer, as soon as we walk out that door, it walks with us.
I probably don't think we'd sell anything for under $3 million. I mean, that's where we're at right now. It's what we discussed, and that's where it would be.
That's not a number we'd be willing to entertain. It's way too high for us.
We paid $3 million for the building next door, which is 4 times the size of the Ann Antoni's building. I thought their counter offer was ridiculous of $3 million. We gave an offer of $1.2 million because that's what we can build on this property in terms of how big we can build it.
All right, thank you guys for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
When he said no to $3 million, I got mixed emotions. On one hand, I would like to sell the building for $3 million. On the other hand, I wouldn't want to do it. I feel like almost failure that I gave it away. My family heritage, I don't know if that's the right word, but I almost feel that way. It's an emotion that you don't want to come out with. Now that I turned the offer down, the pressure's definitely on me. I have to make sure this works. Want to consume even more? Go to cnbcprime.com/consumed.
All right, so today we're meeting to talk about the meatball shop. Tonight we're gonna let the entire management team know that Michael's taking a step back. Specifically, where we've been and where we're going and how we're gonna get there.
This is a critical meeting because the staff is going to be like, what the? We need them to view this as a calculated business decision that Daniel and I agree on. That way, they will support and stand behind Daniel as the man running the day-to-day operations of the meatball shop. As this company grows, Dan and I have realized something. My job is not nearly as important as it was when we opened. I and Dan both came to the conclusion that it makes more sense for me to take a step back from the day-to-day operations. There needs to be one person making the decisions here, and that person is Dan. And quite frankly, the business runs better that way. There's one direction and one vision, though our goals are the same. We both want to be rich. But I will never not be a part of this company. I will never not be the biggest cheerleader you guys will ever have. This will always be Daniel Holzman and Michael Charnell, the meatball guys.
I'm not worried about the business because I know that Mike is always available and the meatball shop will always be a priority for him. Culturally speaking, I think it's extremely important that we remember to ask ourselves, what would Mike do when we're up against a decision, because the core values and the integrity of the business are built from his life, who he really is. That's the only thing that really concerns me, that doesn't go missing. So as Mike starts to step away, it puts a lot of pressure on my shoulders, and I really feel it takes all of the excuses away. I can't blame him for anything. I mean, they're my choices that are actually gonna I have to see through, but I know that he'll always be here to help.
I hear your voice in my head often, so I feel like it's more good.
That's sweet of you, Elena. I appreciate it.